Hey everybody, there's some news, breaking news that was sent to us from Don. He sent this information to financial prepper.info@gmail.com. We had to change it. That's a new email. That's where we get this kind of news. So thank you, Don. Now this is the article. It's not me trying to drum something up. Deadly virus guaranteed to reach UK and defeat lockdown measures. Okay. The experts are warning that a new disease is coming and it will make it to the UK. No, like, it's not an if, but when. Now, we're going to get into this, but first, hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video with somebody that hasn't seen this possibly. But they're calling the new disease CCHF. You can go to the CDC and read up on it on your own. It's spread through ticks mainly, but just know what would the other side do? Would they want to have an illness that affects farm animals? Because this one is all in the name of climate change. That's what's pushing it and making it so bad. Doesn't that sound par for the course? Highlighting its a highly contagious nature and the severe pain it causes, a dire warning has been issued that a deadly virus certainly spreading across Europe will inevitably reach the UK, according to an expert. It is not a matter of if, but when. Containment measures used during the Wuhan bat flu, that didn't work, will be ineffective against the transmission of this CCHF, Crimean-Congo hemorrhagic fever, CCHF. As confirmed by the same expert, this virus has already claimed lives in Iraq, Pakistan, Namibia, and new cases are emerging throughout Europe. Now, this is from Professor James Wood. He says, it's kind of an if, a when rather than if. Again, they say this. I think in all likelihood, there is a risk of spread given the way the disease is emerging. The experts stressed that implementing a lockdown would not be suitable for containing CCHF, which presents symptoms such as unpleasant rashes on the back of the neck. Now, Professor Wood, an academic at Cambridge, said you'd be unlikely to get a sort of respiratory transmission. And he didn't want to call them extremist lockdown people, but he says pretty much that that's not going to work. I don't think it would be appropriate. CHF is primarily transmitted through ticks, which are often carried by migratory birds. The likelihood of human-to-human transmission is lower. However, I got a star by this. However, with the impact of global warming leading to the movement of various tick species towards warmer regions, so these ticks are migrating because it's hotter this year than it was, I think hasn't been this bad since 1,200 years ago. Ticks me off. That's a good one, Todd. So it's all in the name of climate change. That's why we're having all this. But the professor suggested wearing long trousers, staying out of tall grass, the normal stuff. Ticks can be carried by animals. Sheep, goats. I know you sheep and goat farmer guys love them. So, that could be the thing. Just imagine if the WHO has control and says who and when and where they lock down, or what is a pandemic and what is not. And what do we need to do to keep the spread down? Do we need to, limit people's access to sheep and goats? Because migratory birds, that's kind of a bummer because they migrate all over the world. So, this could spread. I personally think it's a nothing burger. This is kind of like monkeypox or, one of those other things. It's probably another distraction, but you need to know what it is. And it doesn't hurt to stay out of ticks. It can spread, but you should expect more really in hospital-type settings where people don't realize, what's going on, haven't taken appropriate safety measures, PPE, that's where it's more likely to spread. They're saying it's not as bad as the woohoo bat flu. Now, I don't know where this came from. I don't know if somebody's got their Petri dish out. Bill, he might be whipping up something special for everybody. As far as I know, there is not a vaccine. So, maybe they're going to whip up a new vaccine for that, make a bunch of money. CDC was broke the other day. Today we talked about it. The CDC was hurting for money, and I guess they need a reason to be funded. I don't know. I'm speculating big time. Truth is, it's headed that way, and it's got a 10 to 40% death rate. That was what was nutty. I got a few more facts if you guys want to know the symptoms. Among the virus's symptoms include headaches, high fever, back pain, joint pain, stomach ache, and vomiting. In severe cases, WHO warns jaundice, mood swings, and sensory perception are encountered. Some pretty bad stuff. Climate change is helping the new deadly virus spread. That's in here again. And it has a case fatality ratio of 10 to 40%. Potentially results in hospitality and health facility outbreaks. So that is kind of freaky. The onset of symptoms is sudden and can include fever, muscle aches, dizziness, neck pain, backache, headache, sore eyes, and photophobia. It means you're really sensitive to light. They may be nausea, vomiting, diarrhea. Okay, I'm tired of talking about all that. A lot of bad stuff. So stay out of ticks. Other clinical signs include fast heart rate, lymphadenopathy, enlarged lymph nodes, and rash. There's a lot of rash stuff that goes along with this. Internal mucosal surfaces, such as in the mouth, the throat, on the skin. So it's like you get it all. It's a bad one. Onset of symptoms is sudden and can include fever, muscle aches, disease. Okay, that's more of the same. This is just several different websites that are saying different things about it. And other hemorrhagic pneumonia, there is usually evidence of hepatitis, and severe ill patients may experience rapid kidney deterioration, sudden liver failure, or pulmonary failure after the 5th day of illness. This thing is not messing around if it gets a hold of you. So I wanted you to know about that. I hope it's a nothing burger, but knowing's half the battle. Why not? Okay, there's another kind of outbreak. This is all happening right now. This was today as well. Stacey handed me this, and I'm not sure where she got it, if it was sent from a subscriber or just a news article. But it's about the number of virus outbreaks that have been happening on cruise ships. Never been on a cruise. I've never really desired to be hung up on a cruise. But a lot of people go and have fun, maybe. Data from the CDC show that incidences of the common stomach illness is on cruise ships, and it's in a big way, listing 13 outbreaks recently. 120 passengers of a crew being ill out of about 1,200 people. So it's like 10% on these cruise ships. The viral outbreak originated from a shoreline restaurant, said the cruise ship. Of course. In Iceland, where a group of guests dined during their free time, rather than staying on the ship and dining there. So, they're pointing the finger. Who really knows? Neurovirus is what it is, and it affects 19 million to 21 million people each year, and it's dubbed the cruise ship virus. So, it's nasty. Because, I had a doctor, I was talking to him one time, he said the main problem with humans is they get crap in their mouth. I know, it's weird. It's generally spread via the accidental ingestion of small particles of fecal matter. So, guys, that's the news. Sorry it's not happier. But keep the ticks off of you and keep crap out of your mouth. And have an awesome, awesome day. I'll see you in the next one. Later.